All right, Harry. It's Wednesday. It's the middle of the week, and I have no patience for Joel Embiid workout videos. I have no patience for people continuing to draw blood out of the rock of outrage of whether or not they're going to pay $10 for a ticket to see an open practice.
No, we addressed that yesterday.
I honestly, at this point, let the Phillies play. We're going to talk to Bob from Crossing Broad at 12:30, but let them at least play.
I know. We've had two straight rainouts.
Seriously,
and,
man.
The weather, I think, is looking dicey all across the Mid-Atlantic region right now here in Philadelphia.
I think we're going to get another rainout.
Today's going to be another weird day of weather and possible thunder showers rolling through. So I'd imagine that, it's pretty iffy or spotty down in D.C. again. I mean, would they move the other game to September, I think?
Yeah.
They're trying to get a double. They're trying to get two in today. They haven't been able to get a chance to go 2 night games the past 2 nights, but they're going to try to get 2 in today.
And it wasn't even that bad Monday night.
Yeah, and Scherzer is so out on this series that he takes batting practice and bunts a ball off his face.
Have you seen anything like that before?
Oh, my God. That's looked like something in Little League.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, normally you get, who was it, Clint Barmas, who hurt himself walking up the stairs carrying groceries, right?
Was he with the Rockies?
He was, yes. And I think
Why do I remember that guy?
Because I think he was on that team that J-Roll beat, right?
In 07.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
But I remember, you always have these bizarre injuries, and they're always off the floor, off the ice.
They beat the Phillies 3 straight.
Oh, that's right.
They went to the World Series.
You're right.
And lost to the Red Sox.
I stand corrected.
I was actually at one of the games at Citizens Bank Park. That was when the Phillies just were getting their start, and then the next year it all came together for them. But, yeah, Barmas was on that Rockies team. You're right.
So that was crazy in that you have a guy who's taking BP. How many times do you think Max Scherzer's taken BP in his life? More often than you and I, right?
Well, yeah.
I mean, it's not like you and I go into the batting cages at the pro level. I have that, pro level where if you try to bunt on the major league level, your bat just flies out of your hands.
Well, yeah, I didn't think people bunted anymore.
Well, only on the shift.
They don't bunt in games. Why are they bunting in batting practice?
Only for the shift, Harry.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Okay.
You know that?
Yeah.
But what was crazy about the whole thing is now Scherzer, you're right, Scherzer's just like, get me through this damn thing.
Yeah.
I don't think we've seen an injury like that to where a guy has suffered a broken nose after taking batting practice.
Yeah.
Now, he's going to be out for a significant amount of time, I would think.
You can't throw 99-mile-an-hour heaters with a busted nose.
No, I think that's pretty difficult. I agree. That would be very difficult.
I mean, you could do a talk show.
We can try. But, is that really going to work?
No, but we got that going on today. We're going to have Bob from Crossing Broad at the bottom of the hour to talk a little Phillies. And I see the NBA is starting to reshape right in front of our eyes.
Is that right?
If you're following Twitter, I mean, there's already been some trades are in discussions right now, but the Celtics are involved with the Lakers and the Pelicans with that whole Anthony Davis thing.
Right.
And, the Celtics stand to lose Horford and Kyrie Irving to free agency. You got Mike Conley being traded apparently from Memphis to Utah, so that tells you that they are going to draft Ja Morant with the second pick overall.
I cannot believe. Well, here's the thing. I'm less shocked that somebody would trade for Mike Conley than Chris Paul, but that's a lot of money. And I know Utah needs help in the backcourt, but that's a lot of money to spend on Mike Conley, who's under contract, I believe, for the next 3 years.
Yeah, and he's not really exactly young anymore.
What did Utah give up to get Mike Conley?
I'm not sure. None of this stuff is finalized. It's just like, dripping out here, drip by drip.
Woj is reporting that the trade is Grayson Allen, Kyle Korver, Jay Crowder, the 23rd overall pick, and a protected 2020 pick.
Boy, I tell you, that is a team right now desperate for a face of the organization.
The Timberwolves are trying to trade Wiggins.
Listen, could you imagine if your team, this is similar to that noise that the Toronto mayor made, right, that we played at the parade?
Yeah, yesterday, yeah.
Can you imagine your team? Can you imagine your general manager coming out the following day and sitting there next to this kid and said, hey, we traded for Andrew Wiggins? That's the equivalent. That's the NBA trade equivalent of that sound. Andrew Wiggins is like one of the worst. When you look at metrics, and not even advanced metrics, but just basic metrics, he's been one of the worst basketball players in the NBA over the last 2 years.
Yeah. Remember when it was winless for Wiggins?
Yeah. Trust me, that feels like 20 years ago.
I know, it really does.
So the trade with Utah and
Memphis
is crazy. because I can't believe that somebody patsied up and took on the Mike Conley deal. Now all eyes are on Houston to see if they can move that Chris Paul albatross.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Who would get involved with that?
It doesn't make any
Seriously.
sense. It doesn't make any sense that you would make a trade. You would willingly make a trade for Chris Paul.
I hope he goes to the Knicks. That would be a perfect old.
I don't know what they're going to give up. You're going to give up the third pick to pay Chris Paul $34 million?
No, I wouldn't. But I mean, R.J. Barrett? No, I wouldn't do that either. But who knows? I mean, this kind of stuff is awesome. This is why I love the off season now. We've had one last season, and now this season, could be as good or even better than last season if you like all this kind of movement, and rumors. I love that kind of stuff. In a dead time of year, it's perfect.
No, I agree. I think you're right.
It's more fun than waiting out rainouts, doubleheaders in baseball games. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. I think when you look at what the alternative is, it absolutely is that, without a doubt. All right, I have to ask you a question, though. When you hear the phrase, "I was hacked," what's your first reaction?
Somebody tweeted something that they shouldn't have tweeted when they were all banged up, and now they want to blame it on some hacker that got into their cloud or something. That's what I think of first. Second, I think of nude photos that are leaked from the cloud for some pseudo-celebrity.
Interesting.
All right?
So when you get to the point in which the person who was under the microscope responds with, "I was hacked," what's your response to that excuse?
Usually I say BS.
Right. Now, there's no way that I thought you honestly believed that Brett Favre was hacked, right? That his Instagram was hacked. Did you see this?
No, but I saw something yesterday about him, leaning towards coming back for one more season or something.
Yeah.
There was a little bit of buzz about that yesterday, late afternoon.
Correct. Brett Favre got drunk. And
Was he 40? How old is he? 40,
he's got to be older than
48?
40. Yeah, I'm 40.
Okay,
He's got to be older than 40.
He's got to be close to 50.
I would think so.
Yeah.
So he puts out this post on Instagram saying that he's coming back, and then came out, said that he was hacked. And two things. One, no way was he hacked. He was drunk. He was with one of his buddies or a couple of his buddies.
Right.
And he's like, watch this.
He's 49.
Okay.
Yeah.
49 years old.
He'll be 50 this season.
He's new to social media,
Right.
right? We know it. We know
just
what
like he was new to cell phones.
Yeah, exactly. And texting messages.
Taking pictures,
Video
with an old
texting.
flip phone,
Jesus.
little LG flip phone with a camera.
I guarantee you, he looked over at one of his buddies and said, watch this.
Yeah.
This. I'm going to put out this post saying that I'm coming back.
Yeah.
And then when it got all big and Green Bay called up and people are calling up, probably some belligerent team that needs a quarterback called up and was like, hey, what can, and then all of a sudden he realized he had to back it down.
No, it was probably just some belligerent radio host producer calling him up in Minnesota or Green Bay to try to get him on the air.
Yeah, now he's like,
Brett.
oh, man, look what I did.
What did I do?
And he saw all the criticism that came off him because he put that post out there.
Yeah.
Deleted, said I was hacked. And that's the second thing that I don't get. If anybody has access to Brett Favre's social media posting, why in the world would you do? That's the most boring hack of all time. Hey, I just hacked Brett Favre's Instagram, and what I'm going to do is put out, I'm coming back to the NFL. I mean, you have to be so devoid of entertainment in your life to think that's fun.
Sounds like something you might do.
No, if I'm
like 1 or 2 in the morning on a second level show.
I'm glad you brought that up because if I'm hacking Brett Favre, ain't no way in hell I'm doing something like that. I'm going to make a reference to Jen Sturger. I'm going to make a reference to the picks that he sent. I mean, what's the second most famous thing Brett Favre is known for outside of playing football? Wrangler or sending sexting pics to
Jen Sturger. Yes.
All right, so I would probably do something along those lines. Like, Copperfit is up there.
He also had that razor thing that he was pimping. And it was funny because
it was awful. I tried that razor once.
Well, when he was pimping the razor, he actually grew the big burly beard. So it's like he loves those razors so much that he grew a beard.
What a hypocrite.
Yeah.
What a hypocrite.
You use them on your head? Did they cut your head?
No, they just didn't cut anything.
It was like a one blade.
That's the problem. Yeah, I was sitting there and I was just like trying to burn through this blade and cut my hair. and I remember needing to go through like 5 of those.
Yeah,
they were worse than disposable blades.
He's big on the copper fit too.
Yeah, he's big on the cheap stuff. You know what he's big on? His face is everywhere in the made-for-TV aisle.
Well, it's almost like Shaq too. Shaq, reps a lot of low-level stuff. You notice that?
Well, Shaq also though,
like the general car
Yes.
insurance and stuff like that.
But Shaq has a lot of bigger, humongous clients that he has as well. Think of it, he just took over.
Well,
Papa
he just
John's.
bought into Papa John's in and around Atlanta, I think.
And
right?
he had Arizona. He was with Ice-T for a little bit, the Arizona teas. He had his own tea, the Shaq tea and stuff.
Yeah.
So he's all like, that's the thing. He has these little things and he has these big things. I don't know what's Brett Wrangler. I guess is the biggest
Wrangler's
thing because
pretty big.
Well, yeah, because Walmart's huge.
Yeah.
But all right, you're the Wrangler guy.
Yeah.
I feel like there was so many more things you can do to like. Think about if you were to hack somebody here, or you were to hack like who's the most hackable athlete right now? The person that you think more people are trying to hack than not? Tom Brady? LeBron James?
Maybe LeBron.
So if
probably LeBron.
Yeah, if you were now LeBron switching teams, but I think like LeBron, if you hack LeBron and you came out and you ripped like Anthony Davis,
Kawhi,
or Kawhi,
yeah,
you think you would hack Kawhi?
Yeah.
Well, Kawhi you would hack because maybe you would know where he's going,
right?
And you try to find that out.
Exactly.
Or you hack Kawhi and say, hey, that's where you make an announcement about where you're going.
You leak one of his DMs, like a bogus DM to somebody in Los Angeles saying he's going to the Clippers.
Right. Who cares about Brett Favre coming back to football? The guy's 49 years old, and last time I remember when he played, he looked decrepit.
Hey, look, man, he wasn't hacked. He was doing it for a little bit of publicity.
For the Vine.
Yeah, exactly.
He was doing it for the Vine, and he got caught.
Yep.
Unbelievable. Have you ever believed that I was hacked? I don't think I've ever believed anybody who's come out and said I was hacked.
I would never believe that you were hacked.
No. I've never said I was hacked.
No.
Because I've never put anything out there that, A, I truly regret. And I've deleted tweets, but they've never been offensive. Like, I've never tweeted anything that's got me in trouble with the community. Like, the overall.
You got in trouble with a few past employers.
Oh, yeah. But not like, hey, this guy's a racist or anything like that.
Did you forget that?
What do you mean?
Did you casually forget that?
No, I'm saying like I haven't been in trouble by people calling me out by saying offensive things.
No.
Suspend him. I can't believe he said that.
Right,
yeah,
right.
like I take shots at idiots. It doesn't matter if they employ me or not.
They don't just suspend you. They just fired you.
Well, that time, yeah. That time, yeah. Last time I checked, though, I think
other people might be in the penalty box for a few days.
Right.
Right.
Listen,
you got DFA'd.
Seriously, exactly right. Now, have they been relegated to AAA yet, or are they still in the major league?
No, they're still in the major leagues.
We'll give them another year.
They're still in the majors.
So from Woj, listen, so are the Miami Marlins. The Adrian Wojnarowski tweet, this is it. Memphis traded Mike Conley to the Jazz. Grayson Allen, Kyle Korver, Jay Crowder, the 23rd pick in Thursday's draft, and a future first-round pick. Maybe.
Utah's unloading a lot of white guys.
That's all the white guys they got.
I mean, Grayson Allen, Kyle Korver. Who else was in the deal?
Jay Crowder.
Oh, Crowder. Okay, yeah. He's the Marquette guy. He's bounced around a lot.
He has bounced around a bunch. All right, so Crossing Broad's Bob is going to join us. Bob from Crossing Broad, technically, is going to join us at 12:30. At 1 o'clock, I know the Phillies are going to start and everything. 1 o'clock, I want to throw this theory out to you about Tobias Harris, because we've talked way too much about Jimmy Butler without being able to crack inside that guy's brain. He's not going to be an easy person to read by any means.
But I would put him second to maybe Kawhi as far as ability to read.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
think he is definitely top 3,
and he's kind of enjoying this whole situation too with the with Instagram and so forth. He's having fun with it.
No, I think
seen some of the stuff.
The one where he was on the chair.
Yeah, and he kind of slowly spinning around.
Yeah, I agree, man. I think that was really funny, and there's something humorous about him recognizing the moment that he's in. But at the same time, I don't look at this like, I don't react to every single Instagram post.
No, I know, but that's
what
these guys. That's why these guys do it, because they know it drives certain fan bases bonkers.
Yes, it really does.
Yeah. He's drinking red wine. He's a big fan of drinking red wine, right?
Do we know?
Is
he Cab? Is he Merlot?
I don't know. I think he enjoys a wide palette of red wine. He's kind of into it.
Yeah.
He's probably sitting back, and he's got a mansion out there in Bluebell. If he's not traveling, sitting there by his pool with his boys,
right.
And he's like, all right, I'm going to put out an Instagram post. Where you see this?
Yep.
And then immediately, if it goes out, 5 minutes later, a fan base in L.A. or Houston, Philadelphia, or whatever is exploding.
Yes. Yes.
It must be fun to be able to do that.
Just to watch this whole thing.
Just to troll the whole situation.
Yeah, I think it was.
Totally, I'd do that.
Well, it's funny you bring that up because what is it? Keith Smith joins Mike, I think daily, right? Or weekly, I
think weekly.
But Keith, I want to say it was Keith Smith who put out this tweet telling a story about that a couple of years back where he was sitting next to a player who didn't name the player, but told the story about the guy going over to his buddy and say, hey, watch this, and put a picture out. Not even like, hey, I'm doing it, just a picture. And it just exploded.
Right.
Oh, you're leaving, you're doing
Immediately he's trending.
Yes. Yes. And they love it, too. And
sure
why wouldn't you? I mean,
that's what LeBron
too.
Does all the time.
All the time. And that's why Jimmy Butler liking that picture.
Embiid does it.
Everybody does it. Everybody does it. Butler liked that pic of LeBron and, Anthony Davis.
So immediately he's going to the Lakers.
It's ridiculous, man. It really is ridiculous. The hack thing, though, I thought was funny in that people actually still believe, people actually believe Brett Favre that he got hacked. Mm-hmm. And I don't know how you could at this point believe anybody and why you would do that. If there was anybody you would hack, that would not be it.
No.
I don't know.
It would be way down the list.
609.
I didn't even know he was on social media.
Well, this I don't know. Was it as short-lived as OJ? Or?
Yeah, was this his entree into Twitter, or has he been on Twitter for a while? I don't follow him.
No, I don't know either. So did you hear this thing that got everybody up in arms now in Toronto? And, of course, we're going to go crazy because we don't have anything else to talk about right now but stupid $10 tickets and whether or not the Phillies suck.
Oh, he's actually been on since 2012. Who knew?
Not me.
At Brett Favre.
I didn't know that at all.
Yeah.
Verified account.
He's verified, man. Absolutely.
I tell you, this is that's crazy. I didn't think that was going to be the case, that he would be on that long. Mm-hmm. He seems to me like somebody who was forced onto social media.
By his agents?
Yeah, like
his representation.
Hey, you want to do more TV? You want to do more stuff? You got to get on social media, man. You got to be present.
Well, you
got to be active.
To be honest with you, the only reason I'm on it is because of the job we do.
Well, yeah.
If I was just an accountant somewhere, I wouldn't be on Twitter.
No, I think that's a fair. I think that's a fair assessment. I do. I think that's a fair assessment for you. I just think that you're not Brett Favre.
I mean, there are times when I wish that I was just an egg profile and I could just blast off on certain things.
Well, you don't have a burner account?
No, I do not.
And it's not
too much work.
It is a lot of work.
Because I would forget the pass. I would log into the wrong account,
right,
thinking I'm in the burner account, sort of like KD.
Yes.
And then I'd fire off something that shouldn't have been done under my regular account.
Well, that's the thing.
And I'd blow it up.
You can only do one. You got 5 burner accounts. You're going to slip up.
Dude, you're going to mess
up.
That's like having 5 girlfriends.
Yeah, seriously.
You know what I mean?
Seriously. At some point, you're going to send the wrong text to the wrong person.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, it ruins the fun for everybody.
You got no girlfriends.
Yeah. Now you're sitting there looking around like, what the hell just happened? I went from 5 to 0.
Man, I'm free this weekend.
Absolutely. All right, I put this out on Twitter the other day, and I forgot to bring it up with you, and I just saw it flash across the screen where we are. Do you see? I want you to read what you see on the television screen that's frozen.
Okay, it says The Detour.
Okay, this is a show that I know exists.
It's a new tour. It's a new show on TBS.
It's not new. This is season 4.
Oh, really?
Yes. Here's the thing. I know it exists solely because I've seen previews.
It looks really stupid.
It looks awful.
Like
now,
the previews look really bad.
It's almost like a warning. Don't watch this show.
Right.
I don't know this exists any other way than seeing the previews. Here's what's crazy. Nobody that I know has ever talked about it. Nobody that I know has ever watched it. I've never seen an episode of it. It's crazy. It's a crazy phenomenon, isn't it?
Yeah.
That and the reason why I know this show exists because I watch the King of Queens rerun, the mindless King of Queens reruns on TBS,
Unbelievable.
Right? So in the commercials, they have the detour,
Yeah.
the detour, the detour.
Well, right.
And I'm thinking to myself, Harry, this is like, it's going on now. It's not like we missed the show 10 years ago when we're watching it again like Deadwood. I don't know many shows like this where I've seen preview. It's not like some random show on Sci-Fi that you and I don't know exists until Josh says, hey, what about this show? Mm-hmm. It's more like you've seen previews constantly for this show, yet you've never seen an episode, and maybe more importantly, you've never heard anybody talk about it. I have never heard one person in the last 4 years talk about The Detour.
No.
And it's on TBS.
I've never heard of this show.
You never have ever heard of it.
Seriously.
Year 4, you're saying, right?
It's on TBS?
Yes.
New season starts
June 18th. It's out already.
So
it came out Tuesday.
Yeah, I've seen a million commercials for Animal Kingdom.
Yeah,
Animal
I've seen
Kingdom
that.
looks brutal, just like that Claws crap looks like TNT, TBS. What was the last real good show? Didn't TNT had one, right?
But
what's the last?
The Closer was okay.
What is it?
The Closer. Yeah, that was okay. I saw a couple episodes of that. That's Kyra Sedgwick.
Oh, you know what was
That's,
good? Leverage. Leverage
Kevin
was
Bacon's wife was in The Closer.
good. Leverage was good.
Leverage?
The Closer, really?
Yeah, there was a couple good seasons of that.
Okay.
Yeah, the wife used to watch that. So
Now that's been off the air since 2012.
I know. She also liked that Rizzoli and
Oh, my
Isles.
God.
I like those two.
Rizzoli and Isles was overrated.
Yeah. I like.
I saw 2 episodes of that thing. I just checked out.
Now, which one was the curly-haired one? The one wasn't the one married to Tom Brady at one point?
No, not Tom Brady. Jason Sehorn.
Oh, Sehorn.
Yeah.
That's right.
Now she was from Law and Order as well.
Correct.
Right.
But the other one I kind of liked.
What about these other shows? The Last Ship,
No.
Franklin and Bash, Falling Skies. You remember the Alien show?
Oh, that was
never
dumb.
heard of it.
That was awful. Murder in the First. It was 2 years. Saving Grace. I thought had some promise, but it was so bad. And then you've got like these rerun type cop shows. Memphis Beat, Dark Blue.
Yeah. Why are you
Men of a
obsessed with
certain
this?
age. Remember that?
Yeah, I watched a couple
was
of
that
I
good?
watched the season of that.
You watched
That's
the season?
Ray Romano's
Yeah,
show.
and Andre Brower, who's one of the best actors ever.
Yeah, it was okay. And so the Quantum Leap guy was in there.
Scott Bakula.
Yeah.
Now, come on, that must have been atrocious.
It was actually all right.
Come on.
I watched the season.
TNT is you can't really trust TNT
I feel like
shows.
TNT is the place where, like,
Right?
if you pitch to every other network and they said no,
Yeah.
they might say yes.
Trust me, Eytan, if TNT said that they'd put some of your schlock on TV, you'd be the first person at the door saying, hey, I'll sign for whatever you give me.
Now, chances
Give
are
me a
that
break with
chances
this.
are I'd have options. I'd
Oh,
go to
yeah.
Fuse TV
Oh,
over
yeah.
TNT. Fuse at least has a track record. All right, I can be like the Carbonaro effect on True TV at least, right?
Jeez.
You've ever seen that crap?
Yeah. No, I've never seen it, but I've seen promos
Exactly.
for it when the NCAA tournament
That's a Mike
is
Gill
on.
show right there. Carbonara effect.
Why am I not surprised? Why
It
am
is.
I not surprised?
See, I bet Gill watches a lot of this TNT garbage, too.